Welcome back to DXB Today. It's been a wonderful show thus far. If you're just joining us, where have you been? But don't worry, we have some wonderful insights from some of our guests, and our next guest is coming up right now. So many employees are showing up to work, but how are they really feeling and coping underneath? To answer that question, we have with us now Khalwa Hamid, the founder and CEO of wellbeing platform Takallam. How are you?
I'm very well. How are you?
It's very good to see you. I'm feeling fantastic and surrounded by some incredible people on the sofa, and wellness at work I'm feeling well at work.
So that's good. That's good to hear.
So one of the things that I was looking at the scripts and looking at the name Takallam, and I'm sure a lot of people are going to be asking as well, what does it mean?
Great question. So the word Takallam was actually intentional. We picked it to match the idea of mental health in our region, and it's very stigmatized when it comes to mental health. So having the word Takallam is basically to speak or to talk, and this is one of the hardest things we have in our part of the world, is actually taking that first step to say, I'm not okay. Hence we came up with the name Takallam, to make it as a safe space for people to reach out to help and talk privately and conveniently.
I love that, because I feel that in my culture as well, in the Caribbean culture,
right.
And also for men as a whole as well.
Absolutely.
I think that's a big thing as well. So thank you for doing what you're doing.
No, of course.
Are you noticing a shift in what people want to talk about?
Yes. So what we're seeing today actually is a major shift from focusing on burnout in the workplace to resilience building and performance strategies. And this is the right actually approach to look at, because people in the workplace are the most important asset. If you think about it, you could have the best products in the world, you could have the best services, but if the people behind those products and services are not well taken care of, your company is not going to perform well, you're not going to see numbers, you're not going to succeed. So taking care of your people is the most important thing to work on. And one of the things that I'd like to highlight here is some of the misconceptions that companies have when you launch a mental well-being program or when you introduce a new intervention. It's not always a one-time solution. It's not a one-off event where you bring a yoga instructor or you bring a motivational speaker. That happens in October, for example. It is a system that needs to be changed throughout the environment and throughout the organization. It starts with leadership credibility and capability. It goes to team dynamics and how they work among each other, managing conflict and other things, and also giving that direct access to individuals to get that one-on-one support that they need.
Khalwa, I love that you're saying that, and I know that I feel like a lot of companies are eager to do that and they're overwhelmed, and I think a lot of us aren't focused right now. So let's say someone wants to really take that initiative. A leader wants to say they want to support their staff's mental health. What is the first step that they should be taking?
The first thing they should do is listen to their people. Hear them out. Hear their problems. Before you spend any money, you need to know what the real issues are on the ground, because you can introduce the best initiative in the world and it does not match what people need. Mental health and well-being is a very personal journey, so each individual can go through it in a personalized way that matches their needs and culture and language. So introducing a one solution fits all is not the right way to look at it. And so having some sort of a data-driven initiative that really understand what the gaps are in the workplace, and also quantifying impact measurement, right? Because how do you know that this is actually working? This is making a difference. You need to quantify things, and you need to wait and be patient to see out the results, as this is something that is a long-term journey and it does not happen from a one-time event or a couple of months program.
And Khalwa, like looking at the employees, how important is it to have accessibility and being keeping it private for employees who are using mental health support right now?
Again, being in this part of the world, mental health is still very stigmatized, and to give that accessibility and making it private gives that comfort for people to reach out and take that first step. So it's extremely important, and it gives trust also in the HR or the organization that they are really looking after my well-being, and this is what they want to see as a result. And so having an accessible place, privately, on demand kind of support, outside the working hours, that really makes a huge difference.
So how can people watching be a part of Takallam?
So Takallam is basically built for everyone, right? So right now we can go and download the app. It's available in both languages, English and Arabic, with over 80 psychologists that speak over 18 languages, because again, the culture and connecting with the right counselor for you is a big part of this journey. We also introduce things that people can use on daily basis to encourage positive habits, and that's through an AI companion called Ayla. And what Ayla does is walk you through guided activities and exercises, give you psychoeducational material that can really benefit you with small changes and habits throughout the day.
Nice. Why Ayla? Why that name?
Ayla, actually, first of all, AI.
Yeah.
And then as a name, it comes from, the meaning of the name is to enlighten and to basically progress and prosper in life.
Everything that you do in your names are very specific.
It has to.
I love that. I love
Thank
that.
you.
Have you encountered any misconceptions that HR has when dealing with what's going on right now?
Yeah. Again, like I said, having the idea of, you know, a one-time event or a short-term solution that will really show impact is very, I would say, naive to think of. And the other thing I would like to highlight and mention here is cost, right? Because as soon as you say mental well-being and mental health, companies think this is a perk and something nice to have, rather than this should be a core component of the company's strategy and plan. So when you are not investing in mental health, you're actually losing cost. If you invest, you will actually perform better. You will see numbers increasing. You will see more attendance. You will retain talent that is loyal to you. So not investing in mental health is going to be the extra cost that will hurt and harm companies down the line.
I know you mentioned earlier that this is something that we shouldn't just be addressing now, and you're talking about the benefits of addressing it long term. Do you think, I mean, we saw a bit of a shift after COVID, but do you think after following this period that we're going to be seeing mental health initiatives be a bit more of a standard practice in companies?
Absolutely. And this is, again, more and more companies realizing that mental health should be a part of the core strategy, and leadership plays an important role here, I have to say, because if things are coming from the leader themselves, empowering their employees and modeling vulnerability is one important thing, right? Mm-hmm. So showing their employees that it's okay to feel this way.
To have bad days.
I know, exactly. Everybody does. Yeah. We're human beings at the end of the day, and if you look at people on a human level, things can change, absolutely, yeah.
That's beautiful.
This has been fantastic. Thank you so much, Carola.
I appreciate it.
It's been such an honor to have you here on the
Likewise.
sofa, and we welcome you back anytime.
I'd love that. Thank you.
Dr. Naif, thank you so much for being here. We all need you on a regular basis. I think the world needs you.
You're already
right
on the
now.
couch, so.